Hey guys, it's me again. I just thought I would do a quick review for you guys on Die For Me. This will have spoilers, so I'm just warning you ahead of time. But first, I'll give you like a little summary about it. It's basically about a girl named Kate and her sister Georgia, and they go to Paris because her parents died. Kate goes through like this really depressed period for like the first half of the book about how she misses her parents so much and everything like that, and she lives with her grandma and grandpa now, and every little thing that her grandpa says that reminds her of her dad she cries about and like just gets more sad and more sad and more sad. And then she meets this guy named Vincent, and he is extraordinary. He is like super handsome and good looking and everything like that. There's only one catch: she's basically dead. But he's not a zombie, he's what's called a revenant, and they save lives sacrificing themselves to live longer. And it's basically just about their story for love and everything like that. But that's all I'm going to really say about the non-spoiler section. So spoilers start now. With this video, this book, I really liked it. About the first half of it, she really kind of pissed me off because she was just sitting there whining about how much her life sucked. And like, I get that your parents died, you can be sad, but do you really have to go on and on and on about it for like, I don't know, a lot of chapters? Like, the first 5 chapters are just about her crying to herself about how much she misses her parents. And she won't even go outside the house. Her sister's like the life of the party type of thing. And she won't even go outside of her house to go and get like coffee or whatever. Like, her sister has to make her go outside of her house and go and get coffee. And even then she sits on her computer, or she sits and reads, or does something where she's just sitting there. And then she meets Vincent. And Vincent is a good thing for her. And he basically just tries and talks to her, and he's really nice to her, and she's like girls in all romance books and paranormal romance books are just like, oh well, he can never be good enough for me, and he's too handsome for me, so I have to break up with him, and I have to just break his heart and just walk away. But he's like, no, you can't do that because I love you. Well, he doesn't say I love you until like the second book, or very, very late in this book. But he's just like, you can't do that. But she does it anyways. And then she goes through another withdrawal period of whining to herself about how much she misses Vincent when it was her own damn fault that she let him go. So that kind of really made me mad. So when she starts seeing him again, she's like, they start going on like actual dates instead of just, oh, I'm Vincent and I pop up out of nowhere and I don't have any calling to you and you're not asking me to spend time with you or whatever. So one of my favorite moments in this book is when they're on one of their dates, and he's like, were you expecting me, because like I said, everybody thinks he's kind of like a zombie, but he's really irrelevant. And Kate's like, so you eat normal food? And then he's like, what, were you expecting me to order raw brains? I thought we were going to stay away from the unearthly topics of conversations tonight. And then she said, it's not every night I have dinner with an immortal. Give me a little leeway. And then Vincent responds, he's like, we eat normal stuff, we drink normal stuff, we don't sleep except when we're dormant, which is like when they kind of refurbish themselves to be normal again. So if they get hurt or if they die, they go into dormant state and they heal, or if like a limb gets chopped off or something, they can regrow it, which I thought was really cool. Which doesn't really count as sleeping. Anyway, everything else works the same. He narrowed his eyes brazenly, and his lips formed in a sexy smile, or so I've heard. Do you know how many things that could imply? Like, I just bursted out laughing when he said that. I'm like, are you serious right now, Vincent? Like, you had to just bring that into the picture, but it was great. The next thing that I really liked is, well, I mean, it wasn't something that I really liked, but I just found it really funny. This is all of chapter 28. This one page, just this area right there. And it says, well, what could I say? Yes. And then this is when she finally accepts him back into his life. Chapter 28 out of 40 chapters. 28. That's when she's finally like, oh, well, maybe we should go out again. I don't know. But all the rest of the time, they're just kind of like going on dates. But actually, at the same time, I can't hardly blame her, because before she was kind of like stalking him. Or he was stalking her, rather. And then you move on to times when he just he gets her all like this pretty stuff and dresses and stuff, because he's lived 80 something years, even though he looks 19. So he got her like this fancy shirt or whatever, and they were going out, and he's like, okay, and she said, okay, I'm decent. He turned around and looked at me, whistling under his breath. You look more than decent. You look practically edible. I thought Renovants weren't into eating human flesh. So then, again, you get like those weird sexual comments, where it's just like, oh, ha ha ha, I'm making jokes about eating you and eating humans like a zombie. That's not weird at all. And then, let's see. I don't know what I marked here. This was just, a part where he went into dormancy the first time with her around, and she was just like amazed at how he could do it and everything like that. So they actually had a real date before his dormancy, which is when he was asleep for 3 days. And the book kind of ends by him defeating Lucen, who's the main bad guy in this book, and he's the leader of the Numa in this book. And then Vincent kills him, and then the book ends, and they're all romantic and lovey-dovey and all that kind of stuff. So that was this book. And probably later today, I will be doing a review on Until I Die, also by Amy Flum, which is the next book in this trilogy. But yeah, so that's all for this video. Love you guys. Bye.